Lagos, welcome to the show dedicated to promoting maternal health and wellness on Nigeria's number one talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are located at 267A Etemian Crescent, Victoria Island. That's where to locate us if you would love to come over to have a partnership, to have a business with us. That's where we are. Once again, 267A Etemian Crescent, Victoria Island. I am Zaynab Yekeen and this is Maternity Line Show. How has your week been? If you haven't been tuning into Maternity Line Show, you may have been missing out, but maybe not so much because we got you covered on our website. You can always go there to catch up. All right, and the website is nigeriainfo.fm, www.nigeriainfo.fm. It's 20 minutes gone past 12 o'clock, right from our beautiful studio. All right, and of course today my mood is a bit somber, but yes, I'm touched. And that's due to the conversation we are having today. Let me have you know first and foremost that today we are discussing grieving parents, seeking justice, and the journey to healing after tragedy. That's the conversation we are having today. Before we launch into that conversation, Lagos, do well to follow us on social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, that's X, yes, Instagram, X and Facebook, and please when you tweet at Nigeria Info FM, remember to include the hashtag Nigeria Info ML. All right, and do give me a mention. I am King Zaynab, KenZaynab on X and on IG. All right. Lest I forget, because I did forget last week. Our diaper giveaway is still ongoing. And guess what? This is no longer limited to first-time parents. Okay? Big shout out to my Oga Sharif on that one, Sharif Quadri. And of course, Nigeria Info for making this possible. We have extended the giveaway to every mother and parent, okay, whose kids are still wearing diapers. We understand thousands of first-time parents are going through a lot in buying crucial baby items like diapers, like wipes, baby wipes, baby food this period. And Nigeria Info, we do our bits, in putting smiles on faces of our listeners, okay? So be sure to be one of those people that will win the diapers on the show. Any brand at all you have to do is we are giving you the money and then you go get the diaper and you are going to send me the picture, okay, with your baby wearing the diaper, but you don't have to show your baby's face. All right, when you do that, just the diaper and the baby wearing it. Yes, so I'll be going on a short break soon, okay? But before we do that, I would also love to give a big shout out to Mr. AY from the UK, who says he would love to be a blessing, all right, to parents and mothers, in addition to my initial voluntary diaper giveaway, okay? Such an ally, okay, and valued partner in the maternal and child health community. We appreciate you, Mr. AY. All right, so mothers and parents, stay listening, okay? All you have to do is just to stay listening. And don't forget to follow me on social media as well, because time might not be enough for us to go about how you're going to come get your diapers. But once you have it across to you, the money, make sure that you send it, because we'll have to present this to the station as well, okay? All right, again, it's 20 minutes past 12 o'clock, and I have about a minute away to go on a break. So today we are having a deeply emotional conversation, one that resonates with any parent's worst fear: the loss of a child. Losing a child is a pain that words can hardly describe. And for parents going through such grief, the journey is lonely, could be confusing as well, and of course, heartbreaking. Okay? But what happens when the loss is caused by negligence? What happens? What happens when a child is taken too soon and the parents are left not only with grief but with unanswered questions? Mr. John Ogbodo and his wife lost their 2-year-old daughter under tragic circumstances at school. And investigations are still ongoing, all right? And I know. Investigation is still ongoing while justice is being sought. Grief remains ever present. He and his wife, by the way, never imagined the day the child was leaving for school was the last day they were going to set their eyes on the child. Lagos. I'll be right back. I have about 20 seconds before my break, but I'm trying to be strong because I'm having a guest who is grieving, so I want to stay strong myself today. And every parent listening to this show today, I want you to know that you are not alone. Okay, Nigeria Info Maternity Line. 99.3 Nigeria Info. If you're just joining the show, I am Zaynab Yekeen and this is Maternity Line show. I was trying to get my Zoom up. Right. Yes, if you're just joining in, my name is Zaynab Yekeen, and today, of course, we are discussing grieving parents, seeking justice, and the journey to healing after tragedy. And I did state right before the break that the father of the child is my guest today. And just so you know that today's episode is deeply somber, as I said, and without, it's very important for us to have this vital discussion. First, Maternity Line show, our Nigeria Info, extend our heartfelt condolences to the family of John Ogbodo, who has joined us to share his story as a bereaved father following this tragic loss of his daughter due to negligence at Smiley Kate Montessori Songotedo here in Lagos. I should get the school on the show soon to hear their own side of the story as well. So, but before we begin, Lagos, I want to remind you, our listener, if you or someone you know, by the way, is struggling with grief, please consider reaching out to them. All right? Consider reaching out to them and just pacify them, okay? Empathize with them. But I want you to know again that today's discussion, okay, is not just about recounting tragedy. Let me just state, it's a call for justice and the pathway to healing, okay? It's about advocating for the safety of our children, all right? And towards justice and healing. Thankfully, the father confirmed that Lagos State Police Command has been on top of this investigation. Now, I'd love to introduce my guest, Mr. Ogbodo. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon, Zainab.
Good afternoon. I'm getting a feedback from your end, I guess. I hope your phone is not close to. You're using your phone. I hope there is nothing that can cause any form of interference over there.
No, there's nothing.
Okay. Okay. Checking. All right. Let's go. So, Thank you for agreeing to speak with us during this incredibly painful time. Your courage in sharing your experience is not only or does not only honor your daughter's memory, but also shines a light on critical issues of accountability in our education system. Now, let's start by discussing your experience and the steps that have been taken so far in this incident, since the incident.
Yeah, since the incident, just as you said, it has been a very agonizing situation, and it was something that was completely unexpected, especially when you have a child that was very healthy and a child that never fell sick, even since she was born. She was born on the 5th of November 2022, and she was a very healthy, very intelligent, very beautiful baby. And then suddenly she was taken from the house at our residence in Shangotedo in Lagos at the early hours of the day, around 7 a.m., taken to school, and you are hearing around 4 p.m. that she has passed. She was drowned in a swimming pool in the school. It's actually a very traumatizing experience, and something that we are trying to heal and trying to live with, because it's not something that anybody can say, okay, you forget it. It's impossible. You don't forget it. You just live with it. And just try to acknowledge the fact that it's a reality, and the person that your daughter that you love so much, you're not going to be seeing her again. So you just live with it. I think that is where the level that we are now currently, so that it doesn't affect our health, psychological health, physical health, emotional health. We are just trying to see how we can live with it sincerely.
And given the
that's
fact
the level we are now.
I'm sorry, I'm going to go on a short break. I'm sorry about your loss, but this is causing a bit of distraction, and I'm not able to tell, or I should be able to tell, if this is also distracting our listeners. And it's getting better. What's going on? Okay. Now, Mr. Ogbodo, I'm sorry once again. Could you share with us the heartbreaking sequence of events that led to your daughter's passing at a smiling Montessori? How did you first learn about this tragedy? You've just briefed us, the way you felt in summary, having a child, and the fact that you're not going to get to see the child again. How did you first react when you learned of her passing? I understand her mom is a nursing mother at the moment. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct. Okay, like on the incident happened on the 15th of January this year, 2025.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes, I was away in Abuja for a program, and I received a call from my wife around 4:30 or thereabouts that I should start coming to Lagos immediately, because she was called from the school that my daughter drowned in their swimming pool. I was shocked. Drowning in a swimming pool. I did not enroll my daughter in any swimming program. I did not know that a child of 2 years would be engaging in anything swimming. So it was completely a shocking thing to me. Swimming pool, like in her school, because I remember the last time I went to the school, the swimming pool side was actually fenced, so I didn't even know that there was a normal swimming pool side there. What I saw was just this kind of a trampoline kind of swimming pool where they just pour small water, children play around it, and then they empty the water and then pack the trampoline and then keep aside. I always thought that was what they have in school, in that school, as a swimming pool material.
Mr. Ogbodo,
so
I am sorry for breaking in at intervals. I'm guessing this is coming from your end, because once you stop, it stops. Once you stop talking, it stops as well. Is your radio on? Is anything like a device? Or is it possible for us to switch? Is it possible for us to?
There's no.
Okay.
There's no device yet. I don't have a radio. I don't have anything here.
Okay, Mr. Ogbodo, please. Is it possible for us to for you to switch a location? Let's see, maybe in between 1 to 2 minutes to see if we could. Because right now I'm talking, I'm not feeling it. Once you start talking, then we start feeling it. So our listener might not be able to, get the best of this conversation. Please bear with me.
Okay. Are you hearing me very well now?
I'm hearing you, but then again, the interference. I will also check from our end. Please, I am sorry.
I think you should check from your end.
Okay, let's take a break.
This place is really clear. There's nothing on, no TV, no.
All right. Let me quickly check.
All right.
I'll be right back. Lagos, please bear with us. We'll be right back.
This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And corruption is not just about giving or taking money. Corruption is about not doing the right thing. And why are we corrupt? Because of lack of understanding. Because we do not understand that we don't need too much. Our wants may be too many, but our needs are very little. And I don't even envy corrupt people because they destroy themselves and destroy their children, generations unborn. And when we look at the way we behave to ourselves and to this country, Nigeria, for which we have no other country that we can call our own, it's all because of bad attitude. That attitude of the past and even the present that we are saying through rebranding, we must change. If we don't change, nothing will change. If we don't change, we will not be able to achieve Vision 2020 because it's human beings that will work to actualize Vision 2020. Option.
For every minute that goes by,
something noteworthy is happening.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu gave his assurance after President Muhammadu Buhari unveiled the Lekki Deep Sea Port.
It is only in Nigeria here that you only politicians that does not go for medical screening.
The candidate doesn't need to be as fit as an athlete. He just needs to have a basic level of health and fitness. This is me being generous to Shetima.
Get up to speed with your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info. You are listening to Maternity Line Show. I am Zaynab Yekeen and I do have John Ogbodo with me, the father of the late 2-year-old Ella Ogbodo. Mr. Ogbodo, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you perfectly.
Okay, let's just get on with this. I have done everything possible and I hate to waste time that we don't even have on the show. My sincerest apologies. So you were saying that you did not enroll your child for swimming in school and then you learned that the school had called you and your wife telling you that your daughter got drowned in the swimming pool and you were wondering how, right?
Yes, exactly. And when they called me, I was in Abuja. As I said earlier, I was running the program here in Abuja. And when I got the call, I boarded the last flight from Abuja to Lagos. When I got to Lagos, I called them to find out their location. I was told that they were at the Ogbodo police station in Shango, Tedo. When I got there, I saw the lifeless body of my daughter. I was shocked what really happened. One of the nannies there, one of the teachers approached me. I was trying to find out what really happened, and I was told that the teacher, the classroom teacher that my daughter teacher, the classroom teacher that my
Okay, Mr. Ogbodo, I'm going to call you on the telephone right now. Kindly pick. I'm calling you right away. Thank you so much. All right, Lagos, we just have to do this. We cannot continue like this because I need you to join this conversation as well. We'll be right back. D for Details is live. He has a message for us. We'll be right back, Lagos.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Fan Battle. Yes, it is back. Registration is ongoing as we speak. For 3 seasons, fans enjoyed what was head-to-head battles between 32 of Lagos's finest fans. 3 seasons. Then we went on a big hiatus, but now we are back. Don't worry. Do not worry your pants. Now get your pants in a bunch. We are back. In conjunction with Sports Salon Nigeria Info, and Femi and the gang is bringing back Fan Battle for the 4th edition. 32 fans will be set to contest for glory and write for themselves a wonderful story, with 1 million naira being the top story. I don't know if that rhymed, but you get the point. Yes, the top gun in this competition is going to come away with 1 million naira. 1 million naira being the star prize. Registration is ongoing at www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the Fan Battle banner on the homepage and go ahead to fill the mini form, as well as drop a video of you talking about the football topic of your choosing for not more than 60 seconds. Yes, do that, upload it, and then click on the submit button, and just like that, Fan Battle 4 would have begun for you. Fan Battle 4, let the battle begin.
All right, thank you, D, for details on that one. I have John Ogbodo joining me again, or rejoining me via the telephone. We've been trying to figure out, but we just have to switch. All right, so Mr. Ogbodo, my apologies for stressing you up and down. It's due to the internet or whatever we are trying to figure out here in the studio. Are you there, Mr.
Thank
John?
you so much for having me, Zaynab.
All right. So let's move it quickly. Now, we understand that in the wake of the incident, the Lagos State Police Command launched an investigation, and it's been reported that the proprietor of the school, along with other individuals, are currently in custody. Can you share your perspective on the investigation so far?
Okay, I want to really use the opportunity to thank the Nigerian police, Lagos State Police, for the extensive investigation they carried out on the case. Sincerely, they have concluded investigation and the matter has actually been charged to court. The matter has been charged to court, and most of the people involved have been remanded in prison. Yes, they have been remanded in prison, awaiting the legal advice from the Director of Public Prosecution. So we have actually gone past the side of investigation. We are now on the path of litigation. And I think the police did a very good job, and I really applaud them for that. They were dedicated, they were very thorough in ensuring that every detail regarding the incident was investigated and recorded. So we are currently in court, and when the matter is in court, you don't really speak very much about it. You don't talk about it a lot again, so that you don't begin to preempt the court processes. But currently, yes, we are done with the investigation, and we are in the court.
All right. This is one of the reasons, like what you just said, that when a matter is in the court, we don't keep just talking about it since it's already there. And one of the reasons I observed that we've been keeping mum, that I haven't really seen any reports of late as regards the incident. It's been over 2 months, right? So that was why I said we should have a conversation on this. And Mr. Ogbodo, I remember before I reached out to you this week, the last time I reached out to you, we spoke on autopsy, and then you sort of hinted what's happened. An autopsy has been carried out, right?
Yes,
So-
an autopsy was carried out at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital last week.
Okay.
Yes, they carried out an autopsy on her, and the result of the autopsy, at least we have a preliminary result, though the full result will now be sent to the coroner. But at least we have, from the death certificate, we have what the cause of death, based on the death certificate that was given to me, is asphyxia. And asphyxia is when a child or someone is restricted from having access to oxygen, and which was actually secondary to drowning. So that's what that's like the cause of her death.
Okay, so from what has been reported or been reported, what I've gathered so far, I see some sort of conflicting reports. Some saying poor Ella died of electrocution. In some other reports, the child died of electrocution and then was thrown in the pool. What is autopsy saying?
Yeah, because, prior to the autopsy, we were looking at so many dimensions to the cause of our death. And after that time, because basically when we assessed the school, when we got to the school, we had a lot of areas where there were exposures, wire exposures on the wall, and which we initially believed that maybe she must have really maybe had access to some of those exposed wires, and she was electrocuted, and maybe in some of cover-up that she must have been thrown into the swimming pool, because we are still at a loss at how my daughter will walk all the way to where the swimming pool is in the school, and then just jump into the swimming pool, because number one, the water is very shallow. The water is really very, very shallow to even drown somebody. That's one thing I want to say. The water is very shallow, and so we are looking at so many options, and then the swimming pool is barricaded, and it's expected to have been locked. But why did they keep it open? And so many mysteries surrounding the whole issue. A lot of mysteries. So that is why we have the mind, the feeling that something must have, there was a primary cause of maybe a cause of unconsciousness, and then she was now thrown into the water, into the swimming pool. And then in the course of her trying to recover, she found herself inside the water, and then drowning, and then the drowning may come, because then maybe we are believing that she may not have just walked into the swimming pool, because somebody should have seen her walk into the swimming pool. Not that the swimming pool is facing her class directly. The swimming pool is at a distance from where the classes are. So we believe that if my daughter was going to go to that swimming pool, then somebody should have seen her walking all the way to the swimming pool, because they have nannies and teachers in the school. So that is why we are believing on, but we just want to go along with the result of the autopsy that said that she drowned. So that is what the autopsy is saying. So we work with the autopsy, but whatever thing that must have led us into that the swimming pool, we cannot tell, because we tried to access the CCTV camera, and then there was no camera coverage, even though they have CCTV everywhere covering the swimming pool side, the classrooms, and the classrooms, and even the playground. If we have been able to have an access to the footage of that CCTV camera, we would have known exactly what really happened. But and unfortunately, a big school like that, telling us that the cameras were not working. The only the part of the camera the footage that we saw was the camera that was overlooking where they have the car park. It's an unfortunate, very unfortunate thing. Sometimes we pay a lot of money, and then the CCTV cameras I don't know whether they decide to deactivate it to tell us that it is not working to conceal information, or it is actually not working. We do not know, but it's just they are words against themselves. We don't know what really happened, but I think that's what they told us. We could not have the footage We have had the footage. We have had the concrete cause of how my daughter would walk by herself, climb the staircases that lead to the swimming pool, and then on her own just try to jump into the swimming pool. It's something that I'm thinking that because my daughter, she was a very wise girl, and she will not on her own just jump into the swimming pool. It doesn't happen like that. But now because the authorities say that is what happened, then we just have to go along with it.
I understand you. I'm sorry about your loss. I have more questions for you, particularly on the safety, within our school. I would love to get your response, your thought, or what changes do you feel are urgently needed within our schools to ensure the safety and well-being of our children?
Okay, thank you very much, Zaynab. In fact, eventually, in order to immortalize my daughter, I decided to form, we are registering a foundation, the Ogbodo Foundation. And I realized that there are a lot of loopholes in terms of managing toddlers and children, like especially those preschool, crèche, preschool, nursery, primary school. Number one, there are a lot of things that were done in that school that must have affected my daughter's passing. Number one is employment of an underage girl. The lady that attended to my daughter,
right,
she was a 15-year-old girl.
Caregiver.
Before, when I know about nannies, I feel like nannies are people above 30.
Do you mean 15-year-old caregiver?
Yes.
Wow.
People who already have children and who could ordinarily take care of children. Do you understand? Those are the people that we believe were nannies in those days. But having a 15-year-old girl who even should be nannied as a nanny is actually completely preposterous. I won't lie to you. It's something that I've not heard before.
I understand you. We'll go on a short break right now. We'll be right back. All right, Lagos, we are back on Maternity Line show, and we have about 1 minute 30 seconds to go. Mr. Ogbodo has just told me while the break was ongoing that he would love to be in the studio next week because he just made a very shocking revelation. A 15-year-old caregiver in a school, in such an expensive school, functioning as a caregiver. Wow. Mr. Ogbodo, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you very well, Zaynab.
Okay, so Lagos, be a part of this conversation. Someone was calling while we're on break, but you can drop me your message. I got this message from Femi earlier. Femi was saying, "Good afternoon, Zaynab, and well done on this one." Mr. Ogbodo, I'm sorry about your loss, but Zaynab, this topic has to be dealt with very well because this is quite shocking. 15-year-old as well. Wow. Okay, Mr. Ogbodo, you've said you are going to be on the show next week. We'd love to have you back because of time wasted today on the show. Would love to have you live in the studio next week. I do look forward to that. Your wife has just won a pack of diaper, so we'll get it across to her perhaps when you come to the studio next week. All right, for the sibling that she's nursing right now, the 2 months old. Lagos, thank you so much. You're free to call into the show next week as it's already time for the news at 1 and Yvonne Haifo is live in the studio. Mr. Ogbodo, I'm sorry about your loss once again. May God continue to console your family. We'll talk again next week. All right.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye. Lagos, stay tuned. Yvonne is here.